Hello everybody, my name is Xuul, and welcome to my new game review series that's not really that new. So I don't want to make these videos run too long. I just need to mention right away, full disclosure, I was given a review copy of this game by the developer free of charge. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and just get started with our review of a wonderful new game that's just recently come out, Brushwood Buddies. Alright, to begin with, we're going to go ahead and look at the options menu. Now, right away, I do have a major complaint about the options menu in this game, and it's the way that it's laid out. The options menu in this game is accessed right here, and only a small section of it shows up, which I find very annoying. I would have preferred either another screen or perhaps a larger menu off to the side here. But because this little area here is so limited, you have to scroll. It also doesn't seem to be very consistent about where it cuts off. Sometimes you see a little preview of the next thing, sometimes you don't. It just overall is a little bit annoying when I'm trying to find a specific setting because I have to scroll around. It just makes things difficult, but other than that, the options menu is fairly standard, and we're going to run through the settings here. So we have resolution options, which is good, VSync, which is good, hardware cursor. One thing I also really like is the ability to hide and turn off various background things. It's just always good to have options like that because I know some people might be annoyed by the birds fluttering around or the leaves in the background or whatever. You can also change the particle count, which will help your performance if you're playing it on a rather low-end laptop. In regards to audio, you have a slider for the music and you can change the sound effects. And you'll sort of see one of my major issues right here in that I actually have to scroll to really see both of these at the same time, and as well as ambient volume. And I shouldn't have to scroll to change the volume in 3 areas and do my balancing. You can also mute the music, mute the sound effects, or just mute the ambient, which is kind of nice to have as a separate option as well. So overall, decent options menu. Would have liked to see a better layout. The layout of this options menu really bothers me, and I'm not a big fan of it. This game does not really have much of a narrative. I mean, you do play as Woody the tree sprite and his several companions, and you work around the forest to solve puzzles and figure things out to create certain items. It's pretty much all there is for the narrative of this game. It's very simple, and we'll get to the rest of this in the gameplay section, but there is one more thing that I thought was worth mentioning, and that's what this game represents. The creator of this game has another game, which I am actually a pretty big fan of. It's called Orcish Inn. This game, Orcish Inn, is currently free for anybody to play. It's in alpha, you don't have to pay any money, it's not early access or anything like that. You can just download this game and play it, at least as of right now. But like most people, this developer does need a way to sort of fund his game. And that's where this game came from. He went ahead and created a little simple puzzle game, which is available on Steam. This game is complete, so you don't have to worry about early access or anything like that as well. And buying this game will just help support the developer, which in turn will support the development of his other game. So if you like Orcish Inn, this game might be worth picking up just to support him. Of course, if you're going to do that and you don't like this game, you can always just donate directly to him. I believe he has a Patreon. If he does, I will link it in the description. Alrighty, so it's time for the gameplay portion of the review. So let's go ahead and launch the campaign, and we'll just start with the Welcome to the Brushwood Grasslands mission here, because we did all the tutorial stuff already. And we'll click on it, and we'll basically be presented with this. Actually, I think this is me partway through this, so I'll restart it so you can kind of see a fresh look at a level. So I'll walk you through the UI really quickly. These 9 tiles are the different areas that I can send my 2 characters, who you can see currently here. We have the little turnip, and we have Woody, of course. In the bottom right hand corner, we can see the item that we are tasked with making, which is a scythe. Now if we click on the scythe, we don't actually know the recipe for it. However, we do know recipes for other things, such as the saw, which is a knife and a piece of flint. And if I click on stuff at the bottom, it kind of shows you where to get it. So fur, for example, is a dead rabbit and a knife. A dead rabbit is a knife and a rabbit. A shrub is just something you find. A leaf is something you can find from a shrub, etc., etc. It's not that hard to figure out. One thing I will say right now is that the UI can start to look a little bit busy sometimes, but it is nice that you can turn things off like the birds and such. So I guess we should get started. You can click on different cells, and that will cause your characters to move there. So Woody, for example, is going to be moving first since he's our main character. So we'll move him here, and here, and maybe we'll combine. Oops. Sometimes it can get easy to sort of get disoriented as to what you have clicked on. So let's take this flint, that. So we selected two things, and we're going to craft them together. There we go. Then we'll take this, and if you select something that can be crafted, it will put a dotted outline surrounding the other items you can craft it with. And this together, and we'll craft. So now we have a knife. We'll go... Can we craft those together? I don't think so. So we'll unselect that. We'll just move Woody over here, and he'll break that. Then we'll select these two items, craft them together. And we'll do this, and create a saw, which we will use to cut down a tree. And you kind of get the point. This game is very simplistic. Once again, it's kind of a little bit easy to destroy things. You notice here there's a destroy option, which can sort of result in different things as well. So if we were to select this rock and destroy it, it would become a rock always. But if we were to destroy this, it could become brushwood. So that's going to sort of just randomize there. And it became brushwood here, which I don't think we can really do anything with. So, oh, it looks like we can turn brushwood into a long stick. And I think we're going to need a long stick to make this thing, to be honest. Because I think up here, it gives us hints. Not entirely sure if that's accurate, but there we go. Let's combine these two things together, craft. And let's combine this with the long stick, and there we go. We created the item. And we basically did it without losing any stamina. And then we're brought to the next level, which is basically the same thing, only this time we have to create a fishing rod. Once again, we don't know how to create a fishing rod, so we just have to sort of puzzle it out the best we can. Since this is kind of a puzzle game, there's not much more for me to say, so I'm just going to speed up the footage here and let you kind of watch me puzzle it out. Now, one of the kind of more frustrating things about this game is sometimes the resources don't become what you want them to. So for example, I wanted an apple there, and it took me about 3 tries to get the apple, but overall that's not much of a concern. I did end up solving this puzzle. It didn't take me that long, and yeah, it was pretty fun to do nonetheless. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and give this game our score. This game was a very difficult one to place on my 1 to 5 scale. On one hand, if this is something that you really like and you really think looks cool, or you don't mind spending a couple dollars, because in reality this game is only a few dollars, just to support the developer, but you want to get something back from it, then you should go ahead and buy the game. Now, the game I don't think is ever really going to go on sale, but that's pretty much where I would rate it, kind of a 4 out of 5 kind of thing. So I guess this might show a bit of the weakness in my 5-point scale. I'm not sure. I don't really take these things hard and fast. It's just mostly supposed to be a recommendation. So if this looks like your kind of thing, buy it. If not, I would highly, highly recommend you at the very least look at it. You know, go onto YouTube and just see if you can find somebody playing the game and see if you're interested. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave suggestions for future games, all that good jazz in the comments down below. And until next time, I have been Xuul, and I hope that you have an excellent day.